Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Animal Crossing live stream. We are working on our Trip Falls Island. I should say our 3.0 island, Trip Falls. And it's coming along. Been doing a little bit of stuff off camera, but not much. I haven't made any real progress. Just kind of playing the game every now and again, which has been fun. I'm enjoying playing the game every now and again. I haven't just picked up the game and enjoyed it for a long time. So that's been cool. I mean, we did the 30-day series, but that had like more pressure behind it. Just casually playing the game as it was meant to be played is pretty nice. So today we're going to work on the layout some more. It's coming really close to being done. I'm getting to a point now where I'm like, you know what? It might be fun to just kind of like plop down something big like the museum. Like not, you know, plan a spot for it. There is the museum already. It already exists, but you know what I mean? Like, get the museum on the ground somewhere and plan an entrance for it. And then let stuff around it kind of fall into place. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Because right now I'm just kind of arbitrarily like deciding where cliffs are going without knowing what's going on top of the cliffs or around the cliffs or in front of the cliffs or anything else. So that's kind of what I'm thinking as like a starting point, a jumping off point. So we'll see if that's what we do. That's just one thing, one direction we can go. But hello. My shouting into a microphone has woken up the cat. So we're on track. Everything's going good. How are you? What's keeping you all busy until 3.0 Animal Crossing? It's taking too long, I would say. It's not here, and we need it. We want it. Yep, we got points going too. The points. I keep trying to just remember to let everybody know. In the description below, there are commands that you can use your points to redeem. And you can have a number of things go wrong on the stream that it will literally put things on the screen. I'm trying to find the settings here. Oh.
Hey, Tammy, you just became a channel member.
There you go. Well, that wasn't the points. But Tammy, thank you for becoming a channel member. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Characters like that will pop up, though, if you do a $2 joke, a $2 recipe. Those don't actually cost $2. That's the points. And let me see something here. Why is this? Hold on. The following commands will trigger events in the stream at the cost of channel points. This text is moved in a weird spot. I haven't read this in a while, I guess. Okay, hold on. I'm going to fix this. For Nook News, you need to add text after the command, and Tom Nook will read it. Otherwise, you're wasting your points. I'm putting a note there, too. So we've had a problem where people use...
I brought coleslaw to game night, even though I hate coleslaw. I shredded the cabbage using the same grater I used to take dead skin off my feet last week. I rinsed it, kinda. Nobody even said thank you. I left before they opened the foil.
It's pretty gross. What was I going to say? Nook News, people have been using it, but they forget that the way it works is they have to type a message with the Nook News command. So he doesn't say anything if you just do Nook News, just letting you know. I've been trying to refund the points when that happens, but I'm realizing I just didn't do a good job of explaining it because I'm used to Twitch doing that for me, but we're doing this on YouTube, and that's different. So there we go. Yeah, Chuck, he doesn't like getting invited to stuff, and he brings what he can. I saw a real YouTube video of someone who graded cheese using a foot grater. So well, maybe it was new. Maybe it was like new in the packaging. He does have Lewis Black vibes. That was Wilbo's voice we used for that. He did a really good job. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into Animal Crossing here. Speaking of Wilbo, if you've been paying attention, I started a podcast. It's about, collecting things and how expensive that can be. And if you listen to it, it'll make sense. And Wilbo was the first guest. So that is on the community tab. There's a Patreon. If you go to Sticker Shock Pod on Patreon, that's where it is. Or Sticker Shock Podcast, I think, on Patreon. Sticker Shock Pod's the Blue Sky account. So, you know, go ahead and check that out. I don't think I have a link below yet because I'm bad at you know, promoting things that I do. But yeah, that's happening too. I'll always associate Wilbur with feet colds. You should let him know that next time he streams. He won't know what you're talking about. He did not approve of my potluck recipes before agreeing to that. Oh man. All right. So there's a lot of stuff. I already played a little bit ago just to kind of get all the big dailies out of the way. But there's some other stuff too that I did not do. I didn't go to a Captain Island, which I would like to do. And I did not go to the Happy Home Island, which I'd like to just raid real quick for a recipe. So let's just get those two things out of the way. Kitty collection. My Hello Kitty collection. Okay, I thought you were saying hello. Got it. Your Hello Kitty collection has in fact been expensive. It's all getting to be too much. I'm writing a story. It's nice to have some Animal Crossing.
Looks like Holly Rosenberg, 7,765, has been in the Billionaires Club on YouTube for 7 months and says 7 months. Been a while since I've caught you live.
Holly, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Let's go to work here. I'm writing a story. It's nice to have Animal Crossing instead of music. I don't know how you're going to focus, but good luck. Oh, all right. I got engaged by my boyfriend. Oh, congrats. Congrats on your engagement. That's awesome. That should be a lot to get figured out before 3.0 comes out, I think. The recipe on the beach today was the unglazed dish set, which I already have. That's a shame. Hope you're doing well. It's been a rough week and will continue to be, so glad to have a stream to distract me. On top of it all, I'm in a shelter in place due to a plane crash nearby. Oh, was that the UPS one? Ooh, yeah, stay safe. I just heard about a plane crash where a UPS plane crashed. Yeah. Ugh. I don't have any inventory space, so I can't pick these up. Let me go fix that real quick. I don't want to leave here without those vines. But yeah, hopefully things get better. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry about the plane crash. Finally caught a stream. Welcome. Welcome, Frost Bears. How's it going? Thanks for being here, everybody. I saw a picture of the crash on Reddit. Hope everyone's okay. Yeah, it was. It looks pretty devastating. I was just looking at it before I went live, and it's not. That's not the kind of thing you would want to like expose yourself to.
3.0 is right around the corner. Dan's podcast is up and running, and the island is almost done. Stay tuned to see what new ACNA challenges crop up following the 3.0 update. Back to you, Dan. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Tom Nook. That's how you use Nook News. That's on the national news in New Zealand. I think 3 died. Yeah, the crew did not survive, unfortunately. So it's really sad, and definitely the kind of thing I need to be reading about. I'm saying I read this before the stream, but definitely the kind of thing I need to be reading about before I'm trying to do a fun, quirky live stream about a video game. So I'm here to take all our minds off that, but yeah, it is really sad. Well, let's pick up all this stuff on the island. I guess I not too long ago must have come here and like grabbed all the glowing moss because it has not respawned yet. Yeah, we'll definitely find out more about it, I'm sure, in the coming weeks. There's an organization called the NTSB that investigates every incident involving an aircraft, and they're extremely thorough. And they will, we will know. We will find out. Just joined. Oh.
I brought cupcakes to the volunteer luncheon, used cake mix from the back of the pantry and icing that separated when I opened it, tried to whip it back together with a fork. It didn't really work, but I covered it in sprinkles. That's what they'll see first anyway.
Oh, man. I haven't heard these in a really long time. A third time of 3.0. Yeah, we are. Sorry, it's news that literally just happened and we were talking about it. I haven't been catching the lives for a couple of years, but I'm engaged about a house. Tammy, congrats! Welcome. Welcome back is what I was trying to say, and congrats on what I imagine feels like an entirely new life. Potluck season is around the corner. It is. Oh gosh. Good luck out there, everybody. Potluck at work tomorrow. You'll be having the sealed bags of chips, I assume. Did we do the restaurant? Let me see if there's a recipe at the restaurant. Leaf is here. I don't think we've gotten that far in this yet. No, we've barely played. One of my tips, I said this on the community tab, but one of my tips for you for preparing for 3.0 is if you have this DLC, get your 30 homes done, if not more. I think there's even more stuff after 30 homes, but get your 30 homes done so that you have access to every item in the game, essentially, because the Happy Home folks have their own catalog and you can order anything from it, but you need their currency, of course. And that is my tip for you. I need to do that on this game. Duo watching? Yeah. Get some Happy Homes done. Spicy Pickles, how's it going? Hello. If you do one Happy Home a day, you will have more than enough homes leading up to the DLC. Even if you finished the DLC, if you don't have a lot of Pokey right now, it might be good to do some homes and earn some Pokey so you can get your catalog filled up with all kinds of cool stuff. I need them to add an inventory marker. I have no idea what I own in the game and what I don't. Oh, you mean in Happy Home? Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Do you have any conspiracy theories about 3.0? I think I have a ton, but it's hard to, now that you asked. They all left my brain immediately. What are my conspiracy theories about 3.0? I've probably talked about some in the last couple streams. I think. Sorry, I'm hearing my cat get into something, and that's very distracting. 1 second. What have I said? I feel like I've talked about some of these conspiracy theories already. I think there's going to be a lot of new furniture to the point where we're going to be a bit overwhelmed. So that's something. I feel like it's way more than we've even gotten the taste of so far. I think my biggest conspiracy theory, and this is not one I really believe, but it's kind of interesting, is that now that we can store trees and shrubs and everything else, that's pretty cool. But I feel like they could add more types of fruit trees from New Leaf if they wanted to, which would be really interesting. I'm not saying I think they will, but, and they did not announce them at all, or even like accidentally show them or anything, like, you know, coyly kind of put them in there. It's just a thought that I had, is like, what if they did? Like, what if they just threw new trees in there at us for no reason and just surprised us? I guess to boil it down or make it a little more realistic, I think we're going to get, my conspiracy theory is that we're going to get more things than they've announced. There's going to be surprises. That's my number one theory because it's the safest theory. But if I want to get more specific, they could add the fruit trees and stuff we've been asking them to add. Will they? Probably not. But that's one theory. What else? I don't know. As I think of stuff, I'll babble. My island's a mess right now because I'm working on a big terraforming project. Working finishing up before 3.0. Nice. I swore that we were allowed to store trees and shrubs in the beginning, and they took it away. I don't remember that personally.
Looks like We Once There'd Head has been in the Super Billionaire on YouTube for 37 months and says, I would think that since they enabled bulk crafting, they could do bulk shopping. Similar code.
Redhead, thank you so much for being a member for 37 months. Yes, I think bulk shopping enables or bulk, like more catalog stuff too would be nice. For the first time ever, more than 5 things at once would be really cool. But yeah, I agree. I think we could get, that could be one. Able Sisters, finally, only 2 fossils out of all these? That's it? Okay, well, I guess we're rich. Able Sisters is...
Hey, Tressa Paris, 9,535 just became a channel member.
Thank you so much, Tress. Appreciate that. Thanks for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you. I agree. I think Able Sisters could provide us the ability to bulk shop. Haven't found all the fossils. That's usually the first thing I end up doing in the museum is getting all the fossils. Did I get everything donated? Okay. My cat has to come watch the stream. Actually has to come lick gravy off the blanket. Wait, why is there gravy on your blanket? What? Did you just go to a potluck? Are you preparing for a potluck? Is everyone getting gravy blanket surprise? Try to make apple cobbler. It's not that great. I really need ice cream to add some much needed elements to it. I almost read that in Chuck's voice. All right, let's get our first cup of coffee. Gotta squeeze the gravy off the blanket back into the bowl. You don't have cat spit blanket in your gravy recipe? Someone must. I mean, you can't be the only one. Oh, man. 7 cats is a lot. I picked a bad time to have dinner. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're the can't eat while you watch live stream. Oh, shoot. That's not something I strive for. I gotta remember to get coffee every day so I can get all the items from this, too. Sweet Shay, how's it going? At least it's gravy and not a squeeze liquid treat. Yeah, those will make a mess. Let's see if anyone's crafting. Having teriyaki chicken and chow mein. Sounds good. I know where you can get some gravy for that. This is unfortunate as my pizza is almost done. We got to talk about something other than potluck food, everybody. We need people that are trying to eat their dinner. We need some topics that have nothing to do with food and the things that can happen to it when other people prepare it for you. Gear Tower. I love the Gear Tower. It's a great recipe.
Looks like KT1307 has been in the Super Billionaire on YouTube for 5 months and says thanks for reviving Trip Falls and helping us prepare for 3.0. So much to look forward to. Can't wait for January.
Kate, thank you so much. KT, thank you so much. Everyone has like a number after their name, and he reads the whole number.
I brought a cold pasta salad to trivia night. The pasta was undercooked and I lost count when I was pouring in the vinegar. Had kind of a chemical sting to it. I set it out and wandered off. If someone liked it, good for them. I never checked.
It wasn't too bad. This is chaos. I poured a glass of wine, so no more gross shenanigans. Okay, yeah, no more, everybody. We got people that are trying to enjoy their wine and their dinner and their gravy. And we need to let everybody just eat in peace. Getting a head start on Christmas Island decor. I barely have regular island decor. Okay, I've been saving the fossils for Val up until now, but I think I'm going to sell these because I'm very poor. And also, I have 0 room in my storage, and I can't upgrade my storage without money, and I can't make money if I don't sell the fossils. So that's what I'm doing. You got lucky in October. That's got to be a good sign, a lucky sign, some would say. Oh, our bridge is done. This is our bridge. It does look kind of like a belt.
Hey, V-Stats just became a channel member.
V-Stats, thank you so much. Thanks for becoming a channel member. Thank you, everybody, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. I will have you know that I've already rolled credits on the day 1 to 30 compilation. So the members who were members when I edited that are already baked in. But I'm trying to put credits in future videos as one of the perks for being a member. So we have a pretty good vibe here. I do want more bridges on the legs because I need to get around and it's just really good pain. So I've been thinking about that. And I think what I might do is put bridges on his knees. And Val suggested that could look like knee pads. And since he's tripping and falling, that kind of makes sense. Where's my pointer? So I would probably put them like here and here-ish, which means I would have to do something with this cliff a little bit different. But yeah, he would need knee pads. And it would give me an excuse to, like, yeah, be able to walk around the island, which would be nice. And then I still think doing something for, like, a bridge on his head or something could be helpful. Maybe on the front, like a nose. I don't know. But we need to be able to get across these different spots. So a lot to figure out there as well, but I'm not in a rush for that right now. Do you think there will be another trailer for Animal Crossing update, or is the one they did it? Yeah, for 2.0 we got an entire direct, but I don't think this update's as big as the 2.0 update. And they announced the direct after, I think, the 2.0 trailer, if I'm not mistaken. So it went trailer. Hold on, I'm trying to think. So it was like trailer, and they're like, hey, we're going to do a whole direct. And I remember at the time we were watching it, and like, oh, they're going to dedicate an entire Nintendo Direct to that? That's wild. And then they did. But they didn't say that this time. Okay, so yeah, this is... all this stuff here is irrelevant. I'm here to buy or shop, sell some stuff. Yeah, we finally got bulk crafting. Everything else, who cares? Ooh, the throne tempting me today. Okay, sorry, fossils, you're out of here. Gonna assume 3.0 is the last update, since they did not say that it was. Yeah. I was thinking bridges at the ankles too, but one leg would have a bridge at the beach. I think that would be too many bridges on the legs if I added knee pads and anklets. I don't even know what those would be. But yeah, that feels like too many bridges. Are you planning on streaming on the 15th? Yes. Yeah. Probably that whole week. Well, I think the 15th is a Thursday. So starting Thursday and then probably pretty much nonstop. Not literally nonstop, but you know, it would be a lot of streaming. I'm going to do this real quick too. I said I was going to work on the stuff that wasn't daily chores, but I didn't see him here before, so. They give me the DIY for the pot. I've had this island for 4 years and was given a starter DIY. Oh, that's so frustrating. A bridge across the neck for a neck brace. If the neck wasn't so many rivers meeting in one place, then maybe. But I don't think I can literally fit that over there. What if we get another version of Gulliver? Wouldn't that be cool?
I tried a budgeting app. It suggested get a job.
Wait, that's not a diving suit. Gullibler. I did the 5,000 storage upgrade today to prep for 3.0. Tom said it was The last upgrade I yelled no for. Not
Here's
for long.
another $2 recipe. Graffiti gravy. Scrape layers of dried street paint into warm water and stir until smooth.
There's a lot of everyone's talking about gravy today. Do you think Captain's songs will sound sad now that he has his family? Like he's really annoyed that his family came with him now? Or are you just saying he has nothing to sing about? Oh. What? Oh, yeah. I think he'll be happy that he gets to see his family all the time. New songs? I hope we get some new KK songs. That would be cool. Can anyone remember? I guess I'd have to watch the 2.0 trailer again. Can anyone remember what wasn't announced in the 2.0 update that we got anyway? Funny how New Horizons got a surprise update at the same time, or same thing happened for Splatoon 3. There's a conspiracy to be found here. It is supposed to be like the same team that works on both. I'd love to see Blanca. I think that's her name, the faceless cat. I'm hoping we get more mini games with the villagers, hide and seek for Halloween. That would be cool. More holidays would be cool. They had a ton in Wild World. They just made them up. Another update wasn't announced. Okay, touche. I'm just talking about any little features that people found later and were like, oh my gosh, they added this. We didn't even know they were going to do that. I feel like that definitely happened. I just don't know what it would have been. What holiday would you add? I would take everything from Wild World and add it. There were just some weird holidays. There was one holiday about like just, lights on people's houses. It was just like a Christmas light holiday or something. So they were, a lot of them were not of much consequence, but it was cool. How inventive they were. And they just never did that again. But I think the town does need more events. Christmas cookies? Why are there Halloween cookies? Aren't there Christmas cookies, though? Were gyros officially announced? Good question. They did. No, they did. I remember the trailer. They were showing them off.
Looks like Lore Laboratory has been in the Super Billionaire on YouTube for 38 months and says hello? Been too long since I made a stream?
Laurie's Laboratory, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome back. How are you? I think I'm here to devastate this island and look for a recipe, of course. Ooh. There are no Christmas cookies. Wow. I'll have to go back and watch it. I haven't thought about the 2.0 trailer in years. I guess we'd have to watch the Direct. The Direct would definitely be... Like, if anything is missing from that was added in 2.0, that would be our clue as to if there'll be things in 3.0 that are a surprise to us, and how big of a surprise would they be. Because if it's something small, it'd be like, oh, cool, but did they hide anything kind of big and just let us find it on our own? Like, Gulliver, the Pirate Gulliver version, was he a 2.0 feature? Because if so, I don't remember him being announced in the trailer or the Direct. I don't know until today. Thanksgiving was celebrated on the island. Always missed it. Thanksgiving is one of the better holidays, I would say, too. It's pretty good. Hey, it's Alex. How's it going? You're new. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I got to make a new axe. Oops. Okay, wait. So, yeah, I just need to... Okay, I'll just get a flimsy axe. Pirate Gulliver was the swimming update, right? Okay, that was a separate thing. Yeah, the Turkey Day stuff is really good. Bring back hunting Franklin for dinner every Thanksgiving. Okay. Is this not... Oh, I need regular wood. Okay. Luigi, how's it going? Welcome. Okay, that should be everything I need right there. What got you into Animal Crossing? So I found Animal Crossing like after it was already kind of like done and dusted on the GameCube, like it had been out for a while. And I don't know how I found it. Maybe that weird YouTube video or something intrigued me. There's a commercial with like people wearing these weird costumes that represent the characters, and the pitch for the game was the game that's playing whether you're there or not, or something to that effect. Basically, Nintendo was saying like, hey, this is like a life sim game that we made, and I really liked The Sims, you know, and it got me, you know, The Sims was cool, but I always kind of felt disconnected from it. Like, okay, I made their house and I had them get a job and I had them level up their skills. That's cool, but But, you know, this felt like it's like a little more like you're connected to it because you're playing as the character rather than having a whole family of Sims run amok. So anyway, the value proposition was there for me. Like, hey, this is a quirky little life sim game, and it runs off a real clock. So when you're not there to do anything, the game is still running, which I knew it literally wasn't, but it was kind of cool. It was a cool concept. So that was basically it. And that like the rest is history. According to AI, which I did not fact check, storing recipes, weeding service, museum posters, villager visits, the ABD and the Pro camera were not announced. The Pro camera was definitely announced in the trailer. I remember them talking about the Pro camera. But maybe one or two of those things is real. The AI answers are very bad. Keep in mind they're trained off of like Reddit posts and stuff, and Redditors, especially in the Animal Crossing community, no offense, are chronically wrong. So if it's getting its information from people who are typically wrong, it's going to be wrong. Even though it could just scrape the wiki where there's factual information, it won't do that. Yeah, exactly. Spooky Cupid knows. Spookly Cupid. Cryptid. Wow, I just messed up your name on 7 levels. Sorry. Yeah, I think more custom design slots are mandatory. I watched Kato's video today, and she pointed out something that I missed. If you look at the 3.0 trailer and you pause it when there's like 8 people working on the island together on one of the slumber islands, one of the people in the background is placing down a custom design on the path. And it's not the main character. The camera's fixed on the character in the middle, and over their shoulder is someone in a red polka dot dress, and they are putting down custom designs. So that's supposedly a real human player digging into an inventory of designs somewhere. Kato was lurking until I mentioned her. Like, Kato will not announce her presence. I have to talk smack or give a compliment. Anyway, I didn't notice that. I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. So I feel like you need to be able to have other people's custom designs stored on your island because it's your island you invited people to. Meaning there has to be another inventory of custom designs somewhere. It can't work any other way unless those custom designs just leave after they leave the slumber island, which I guess they could do. That would be kind of lame, but they could do it that way. But I don't know if they will. That seems a bit janky to me. Mindy, we'll see you later. So I don't know. I'm not the authority on this. Nintendo is, and they don't tell us anything. But I think there's at least extra custom design slots because those designs have to be stored locally on your device for them to show up on your Slumber Island. So maybe what you do, you know how there's permissions where it's like, hey, do you want your guests to be able to like dig up trees and stuff, or do you want them to just like have very limited interaction? Maybe there's a permissions list for Slumber Islands. Do you want your guests to be able to put down their own custom designs? Warning, they could have drawn something really gross, and you can choose whether or not to take that risk. And if you take that risk, it's like, cool, their designs are going to be stored in this like thing. Maybe what it is there's design slots attached to each Slumber Island. And if you delete the Slumber Island, those designs poof out of existence. But maybe you get custom design slots like a certain amount per island. A community set would be really cool. It's kind of not how I was thinking about it, but maybe effectively it is sort of similar. I'm upset that I deleted my island because I was trying to make New Horizons more fun by doing a DIY-only island. A few weeks later, 3.0 announcement. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Nintendo told us that 2.0 was the last update, and we all believed them for some stupid reason. I love how we're we should be holding pitchforks about that, by the way. They lied to us. They straight up lied to us. People accuse Nintendo of all kinds of crimes they didn't commit, and they ignore the things Nintendo actually does wrong. Maybe Slumber Items have access to your custom designs. There's so many ways you could do it. My thing is, when you go visit a Dream Island, you can walk up to that terminal sometimes if they have published designs, and you can take the designs home with you. But they're like, hey, these need to take up room in your custom design slots because, you know, they have to be stored locally on your device. So you have to like replace something or whatever. I think for the Slumber Islands, they got to do something different. They got to do something similar. I mean, I don't think 3.0 was planned in 2021. I feel like it came much later, but they didn't. But if they didn't say it was and nothing else came, we'd all be waiting. True. I hope they're per Slumber Island so we can do different themes. I do too. Did your cat walk on your keyboard, Kato? They need to triple our custom designs. Yeah, I don't have enough. I don't think I'll ever have enough. No, you're fine. You're fine. Do you think you can interact with the cucumber cooler in the hotel, like the chocolates and Happy Home? Oh, I didn't think of that. Huh. It might just be decorative, but what would you do with it? I feel like we only got 3.0 because of brand collaborations. I think that might have been part of it. And in which case, I'm not that bad. I'm not mad at all. There are worse ways brands could influence video games. If that's how they're going to do it, then I'm all for it. People were guessing cucumbers would work the same way as chocolates to invite villagers to your island. So you give villagers a cucumber and they'll go to the hotel? The hotel's on their island. What if a representative from Hilton Hotels knocked on your front door and there happened to be a Hilton just at the next exit or something, and they knocked on your door and were like, hey, and they handed you a cucumber and they said, will you stay the night at our hotel? Would you accept that offer? Did you want to get in your car and stay down the road at a hotel because somebody handed you a cucumber? Or would you just slam the door in their face? Because I think I would just close the door. Sorry, Hilton Hotels. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus like that, but you probably deserve it. This is an island full of talking animals. I would go. I would assume the worst. The cucumber would be symbolic of something, and I don't know why. I don't want to know what it is. I would feel weird if anyone randomly handed me a cucumber. But it's okay because they're a business. I wouldn't trust a stranger handing me a cucumber. I think they teach us that in school, honestly. I have to leave the stream now. Bye. Oops. I have to leave the stream now. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a good thing Reap's rated because I don't know. I think we just that might have made up for all the viewers that had to leave because of the cucumber speculation. Thank you for the raid. Wait, a cucumber in a jar or a cucumber in their warm, sweaty hand? They're going to be wearing like a trench coat, and it's just gonna have cucumbers like falling out of all the pockets inside and out, and they're just gonna like open the coat and here. Courtesy of the Hilton, we hope you'll stay here this evening. We just washed our sheets, which has been a while, so they'll smell relatively clean. And, you know, we hope to see you there. And
Made a veggie stir fry for game night, but my stove's busted, so I cooked it with a hair straightener and a candle. Took 5 hours. Broccoli never softened. I dropped a carrot into the litter box at one point, rinsed it off best I could. It's fine. I didn't even want to be there.
Never knew I was so good at multitasking. I'm downloading Paleo on my Switch and now my PC, switching to Android. This cucumber talk is worse than potluck recipes. Chuck was there to try and save us. Will the hotel residents walk around the island? I think they will. I think they will. I don't see why they wouldn't. That's my theory. Nobody warned me growing up about what to do when offered a suspicious cucumber. I need motivation for my island. Give me a theme. Cucumbers? My theme became guy trips and falls. You're asking the wrong person. First few minutes of the stream, and this is what happens. I think I like it here. I was curious how many times you're redecorating the hotel rooms. Like, are these wealthy celebrities coming to stay? Royalty? I think it's a one and done, and you can redecorate whenever you want. That's my theory. If I watched Killer Bean, no. Okay, I'm standing here because there's a balloon. I'm standing here because I think maybe the museum goes up here, and we can create kind of a cool entrance for it. I don't know how far back. Like, do I put it where this pond is and do a real big entrance, or do I put need to raid and run? All right, Reaps, thank you again for the raid. Hopefully you have a good day. Thanks for dropping in. Have a good lunch. Did you say lunch? Yes, have a good lunch. So I think the museum I'd want kind of close to the front of the cliff, and I don't know what will go behind it, but I like the idea of the museum here, and I like the idea of this kind of like canyon in front of the museum. We could put kind of like a cool walkway going up to it, and that walkway could, of course, sprout off into different directions that lead you to different parts of town. But I don't know. That seems like it could be cool. Game board islands are going to be sick with the 3.0 update. You know what I want? Here's what I want out of the 3.0 update that they didn't talk about. Physics items. I want, just like in GameCube, I want a ball I can kick around. Something like that. I want physics items. Imagine if you just gave people a freaking ball. Imagine what kinds of zany things they would do. People would go nuts for a physics item that they could all, share and kick around and stuff. And I thought we would always have that because for no reason at all, like snowballs, but a kickable ball, like something that you can snowball would be cool. You could do some stuff with a snowball, but I'm talking about the ones that
Hey, Kate, 1307 just gifted y'all some YouTube membership. 5 to be exact. Welcome to whoever just became a member.
Katie, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. And there you go for Kennaderp, Amory, KC, Krista, and Original Matt. Enjoy your emotes. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, so I forgot there was
Our
snowballs.
island representative, after already building a river shaped like a man, has now decided to make a hotel to exploit innocent people. Uh-oh.
I did not decide this. Nintendo did this. I'm just awaiting the arrival of the hotel. I didn't do anything. If you want to watch the Legends videos. Oh, there you go. I feel like the hotel will make the campsite irrelevant. I don't think so. Even if you can invite villagers from the hotel, let's put it this way. If Isabel in the announcements says, hey, there's a visitor at the campsite, are you going to start the game, see that announcement, and go, well, too bad, and like not check the campsite? If you're looking for a specific villager and there's 4 people staying at the hotel and 1 person staying at the campsite that day, that's 5 chances to hopefully find your villager. So I don't think it makes it irrelevant. You can listen, there are campsites in real life and there are hotels in real life, and both of them still make money. So I think Animal Crossing is just trying to give us like more stuff from the real world to like play around with. I just don't see it as like, oh wow, this makes it irrelevant. I talked about this last time, but Animal Crossing has always kind of had some like overlapping features like that. So if you can invite people to live on your island from the hotel, that's just overlapping with the campsite. That doesn't mean either is more relevant than the other. It's just another way to do the same thing. There's 2 ways I can cover a hole. I can cover the hole with my shovel, or I can cover the hole by kicking it. Is my shovel irrelevant, or is my leg irrelevant? It's just kind of like doing 2 things. It's just slightly different ways. I don't think you can pick the hotel spot. I think it's always going to be on the dock. Would enjoy it if the camper would walk around. I think they should. That would be really nice. Campsite doesn't make Nook Miles islands for villagers irrelevant. Leg irrelevant for sure. You could also put a path down over it. Shovel, hand, and leg. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. So there's even more ways to cover a hole. It'd be so irritating to see a villager in your hotel but not be able to invite them to actually live on the island. I mean, you can do that with Happy Home, though, so we have to be prepared for you not to be able to invite them, too. On Happy Home, there's all kinds of villagers, and it's like, whoa, it's you. I want you to move to my island, but they're there on vacation. They don't want nothing to do with you. I wish the hotel could be placed on the island. That would be cool. It would have been nice to get to pick a spot for it, even if that meant, like, redecorating. Because everyone would be trying to pick a spot for it right now. Okay, I've done nothing today. I've literally done nothing. So I'm trying to find the relative center of this thing. Because what we're about to do is make this museum build basically set the tone of all the paths across the entire island. And I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I think it's pretty much where I'm standing would be like the entrance or the center. It doesn't have to be centered with anything. It can be the thing that we build around. It could be the catalyst. How grand do I want my museum is the question. Do I want to make it go up another layer? Because that could be cool. And then we could do a big waterfall cascading down. But the only problem with going up another layer is that it requires like 4 staircases for one thing. And I only get 10 staircases. So, you know, is that what I want? Kind of. I mean, it's supposed to be the museum. Let it have 4 staircases. You know what I mean? Right? This is the wrong thing. so let's figure out how big this needs to be. A sculpture garden. We could put the sculptures in and around the area. Waterfall could be backdrop behind it. I think I'll go with the waterfall in front of it. Because I did the waterfall behind it, my other island. All 10K staircases for the museum. Where else will I use them? That's fair. It's a pretty flat island. Sculpture gardens make me think of weeping angels. Yeah, they'll have that effect. I might need to get rid of this pond finally. Luigi, we'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. I think the episode is called Blink. In fact, I know it is because I was literally just looking at my Doctor Who DVDs. Okay. Yeah, bye, pond. This pond is the only reason that when I made Grimvale, I noticed the Trip Falls Island had fallen into the random selection of islands. Because it's such a weird-looking pond. So waterfalls flanking the staircase? So are you talking about... how does that look? Because it's an uneven... the museum's an uneven number, I think. I think it's 3 wide, the entrance. So I can't have a staircase in the middle. So I always think of it in 2s. So I was going to put a waterfall in the middle of them. You're saying waterfalls on the outside of them? Oh, you're just quoting. Got it. It's like 7 wide. Well, I meant the entrance. It's an uneven number. And staircases are an even number, frustratingly. Ooh, what if we get staircases that are 3 wide as an option? Oh, I should have kept some food. Waterfall in the middle and both sides. Oh boy. Okay. Matt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Mush low stool. I'll take it. $12, 13. How far do we want to go here? 14, 15 tiles wide. That would let us put the museum in the center. It's pretty big though. I got to get rid of trees. What a mess. Okay, so this is 2. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's a pretty decent museum platform, I think. If you come up uneven, you could just put paths leading down to the entrance. Put some statues as decor. No, it has to be perfect. I really hope we get more furniture the villagers can interact with, like Pocket Camp. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I would like that. Here, let me go get some food. Museum 7 tiles wide. I'm counting out the amount of tiles for the cliff that it's going to go on top of. Things can be even or uneven in Animal Crossing. I'm fine with that, but symmetry. I always try and go for symmetry. Are you going to store your trees? Nah. I don't know. Do I need to? I could just chop them. I just need to destroy the rock. I might just chop down the trees. I gotta water this tiny little farm here. I feel like I missed a spot up there. I'm like watching the top corner to see if it's going to sparkle. And I don't think it's doing it. Here. Okay, there. I've hit it for sure now. All right. We need a Composer Cleo clip. It's just a little jingle for Deforestation Dan. Maybe you could ask him. Deleted my save earlier, working through Happy Home for the items. Good luck. Jerry, see your favorite villager. I have a bear tea. If you would like, I'll keep holding it for you. Oh, I have access to that, I think. Thank you, though. Joey's cool. It's not the t-shirt, though. It's the diaper. If you have access to a wearable diaper for my character, that would be even better. Mercedes is going to be so helpful. Clean up overgrown flower areas. No longer stuck lugging a garbage can around. Oh, yeah. I can't wait. There's so many cool things. Like, I don't even know how to wrap my mind around all the quality of life updates they're doing. You know what? I'm wondering if I should move the museum even further back. Because what am I going to do with the space back here where I'm standing? You know what I mean? What is this for? What am I going to do with it? Oh, that's new, I think. It is not new. Park? Ambiance? Or did you mean to say ambulance? There's park one back there. Like, I could build up the cliff even more back here, and then I could even still put a waterfall behind the museum and in front of the museum. There's waterfalls everywhere. A wearable diaper that starts to sag after too many coffees from Brewster is too far, Tammy. You took it over the line. The line was here. You're over here, past the line. That was too far. But yes, more interactive items would be nice. I do typically agree with that critique of Animal Crossing. I can't get my net. It's not... My D-pad won't go to the right. Oh, it doesn't need to. I use the joystick. Okay, I think I just aged like 100 years. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. It never did that. Okay, I ate so I can pick up these trees. I think there should be wearable diapers in Animal Crossing because there's no proper bathrooms in Animal Crossing. Like, we have to make them ourselves, which is not right.
Cat fact number 11. A cat's purr can charge your phone wirelessly, but you need to hold it very close to their face.
There you go. All right. That's good to know. Oh, I'm going to sneeze, but I don't want to. Okay. How about with a diaper, you could press a button to get rid of the fruit you've eaten? There are wearable diapers. Are there? I don't remember that. Could you build up another layer and place trees on it as a backdrop for the museum? Yeah, we can build that high. I believe. I think we can build... Or wait, maybe not. You can go... No, I think that if I build one more up from this, it is just cliff. You can't put anything on it, I think. Gosh, it's been so long. Have you been able to use the toilets to reset your food? Yeah. No, you can do that. You can do that. We're suggesting a portable way to do that. I don't know if I have this little grasshopper or not, but it's pretty good and trapped. I should probably catch it either way. For those of you who watch Kato's streams, did Kato find the perfect island yet? I just want to know if there's like another person with a newish island that I can maybe trade with and stuff and get into streamer shenanigans with. You know, like we should do auction days, but not because it's hard mode, but just because we need stuff. Brick World, how's it going? Welcome. Ah! According to Wikipedia, the diaper is a bottom item in Animal Crossing New Horizons introduced in the 2.0 update. I don't remember it. Really? Hang on. Someone just like write that post on Wikipedia real quick. Item diaper. Oh. I've seen that. It doesn't look like a diaper. But I guess the best diapers don't. Huh. Okay, well, there we go. We can wear our saggy diaper. She didn't find the perfect island? Of course. All right. Yeah, I forgot how that scam works. Yeah, I'm not trying to dress like a baby. I'm just going for convenience, that's all. Okay, this is almost filled in. And then I gotta decide if I'm gonna keep adding to it or not. I just got 3 stars on my DIY island. Started in October, not long after you started your most recent challenge. Oh, congrats. That's awesome. Hopefully you're collecting a lot of DIYs, because you'll need them for 3.0. I don't know why I think doing all this work pre-update is smart, by the way. Like, the majority of the work I'm going to do would probably be a lot easier if I waited for the update to do it. But now I just really want to play Animal Crossing. No, I'm not trying to dress like a baby. I was saying that it would be nice to have the convenience of a functional diaper in Animal Crossing. So that way, if I still have fruit on in my belly, but I'm like trying to do renovations and the fruit is like causing problems, I can just dispose of it very easily. Instead, I gotta like put toilets all over my island. That's weird. Do you think the terraforming upgrade will be on the Slumber Island? It will just be on the Slumber Islands. I don't. I think it's going to be on both. What about a puke option? Louvre diaper? I don't like that. That's... no. That's okay. I think I'm going to pull the cliffs back. I don't want to dress like a baby. I want to be a baby. No. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave 3. No, let's leave like 4 tiles back here. I'd rather throw up than poop on myself. This is a very interesting debate we're having. Dig a big hole and squat option. They got to do something. You know, this is a quality of life upgrade that I want to see in the 3.0 update in some capacity. You don't have this debate every day. I guess we have between now until January 15th to debate it. I'm excited you're playing Animal Crossing, but also looking forward to playing Dinkum after watching all of the playthrough videos. I feel like there's some unfinished business there. Dinkum, yeah, I'm kind of like awaiting the Switch release, which is tomorrow. Is that right? Is that right? Is it like now? Do you think they'll add more shrubs? Like the co-blooming plumeria in 2.0. That's possible. I was speculating earlier that we could get more like trees. So maybe November 5th. Yeah, tomorrow. So that could be hours away because maybe they release it like Australian time. Well, hang on. Is it pre-orderable? Oh, I almost pulled my Switch out of the dock, but I'm using it. I will use my other Switch. It would be easier just to look up the time. Like on the internet. But I'll turn on this old Nintendo Switch and let it load. It was on pre-order. Got the download a few days ago. It's probably like hours away from coming out. So yeah, I guess, I don't know, tomorrow should I stream Dinkum? I wasn't planning on that. I forgot we were so close to the release. I was planning on streaming when the update came out. I just forgot it was that close. It's 10:36 a.m. in Western Australia. Played the demo on my Switch 1. I played now on Steam Deck and plays pretty good. Of course, the graphics on the Switch weren't as good. That's to be, yeah, that's to be expected. Okay, let me go to the eShop here. Creative Island on Switch would be fun. Do you know how expensive the Animal Crossing update for Switch 2 is? It's $5 from what I've been told. Wow, the eShop loads slower than ever on this thing. It's just going to be loading for a while, I think. I'm going to remove some of the cliff up front. I'm realizing how small this is. I don't like it. I added 2 to the back. I'm going to take 1 away from the front and see if I like that better. I want some room in front of this thing so we can have museums or a fountain or whatever. Not museums. Staircases, fountain. So waiting for special edition Switch that has to be right around the corner, right? They're going to wait for you to buy one, and then they're going to do a special edition. This isn't enough room. Every time I think, oh my gosh, there's so much space, my island is like so overwhelming to decorate. Then I actually start building up cliffs and getting ready to like put stuff down, and I'm like, oh, this isn't enough room at all. I love how you do pumpkin teeth terraforming. Necessary for making extra round to not make extra rounded off demolition. Oh yeah, I'm very particular about that. Okay, so let's say the museum goes up here. I'll of course naturalize these cliffs a bit more, but I would probably give the museum. Gosh, maybe I do need to move it back more. I want to give it space in the front still. Like, I want a path in the middle. Oh, no. I don't think this is enough room. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I think I need more space back here. I got to add more. Console will use the internet to check the weather. Check weather. Oh, yeah. Whenever you click on a game you've pre-ordered, it'll do a check to see if you're able to play it yet. I destroyed so many cliffs just to like build them up again. Said you can't play yet. Yeah, I'm just trying to get I'm trying to get to the order page because I haven't bought it on the Switch yet. But my Switch won't get on the internet right now. It's just been loading this whole time. Okay, well, I guess I'm not checking that way. It won't work. I'm just gonna turn it off. Cool. So yeah, Dinkum is coming out soon for Switch. I should poll if people are getting it.
Neat. Brick World Events just gave us a $10 super sticker on YouTube.
Brick World Events, thank you so much. Very generous of you. I think that's the first time we got $2 Dan to acknowledge a super sticker. Here, let me just look it up. What time does Dinkum release on Switch? The sale ends in 22 hours if you were trying to get it for a couple dollars off. And I don't think it says. It just says release date November 5th. It could be 9 Eastern, which is now, but someone tried it. No, it wouldn't be. No, that'd be 9 Pacific. So midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific. It's 9 Eastern now. I'm way confused. It's almost 10 Eastern. So, if that's the case, it's maybe just a few hours away. So yeah, I'm gonna keep building the cliff, but let me just put up a poll here. Start a poll. Are you buying Dinkum on Switch? No.
Catfact number 173. Cats think all your important documents make excellent beds.
Oops. I sent the poll in before I was ready. Hold on. Don't vote on that. Are you buying Dinkum on Switch? Okay. So, no, I don't want it. No, I want / have it on... Let's see, I want it / You want it or have it on PC? Ah, dang it! I keep pushing the wrong button. Don't vote on that. Hold on. Stand by. Okay, start a poll. Do you want Dinkum on Switch? Which is not how I want to phrase that. Will you buy Dinkum on Switch? Yes. No. I don't want it. Add option. No, I want it / have it on PC. What's the fourth option? I don't know yet. Stop asking. Okay. Get it together. I've had a long day. There. Plenty of options to vote on for that poll. Pre-ordered. Count that as you're buying it. If you pre-ordered it, just then say that you're yes. Say the yes option. Own it on both, then say yes. Because that means you still want it on Switch. The PC option becomes irrelevant.
I brought deviled eggs to the garden club, but I cracked most of the shells while boiling, and the yolks turned gray. I mashed them up with mustard and some relish from a drawer I barely opened. They looked a little off, but smelled okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Pre-order Switch, have it on PC, love Dinkum. Dinkum roleplay, maybe you want to play the game? Dinkum roleplay was a lot of fun. Very evenly split poll. Let's see. Yeah. So 30% say they don't want it, which is fine. That's totally fine. I mean, it's a really good game, but that's fine. I'm not judging. And now it's hovering between yes. You either pre-ordered it or you're going to get it on Switch. 30% say they don't want it, and then 20% and 20% say they have it on PC or want to get it on PC. Another 20% say no. Stop asking. I don't know yet. That's a lot of I don't knows. That's more I don't knows than I was expecting. Waiting to see some Switch gameplay. Okay, so our museum cliff is looking a little bit better now, I'd say. The museum can go in the back of this and should allow us to still do some stuff around it. So I could... Let's do something real quick. Let me make a little bit of cliff.
Guess what, honey? $2 recipe time. Penny Royale tea. Steep a handful of old pennies in hot water for a metallic, regret-filled sip.
Regret filled. What's Dinkum? Dinkum is... It's kind of like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing put together. Okay, so you can't climb this any higher. That's what I was trying to figure out. So I could put cliffs back here, but that's it.
Once there, Dad just tipped $5 and said I love that they added a train. But now I have to redo that part of my Disneyland Island. So I was already done with that part.
He read that with such frustration. Like, I sensed your frustration in his reading of that. I was already done with that part. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, let's see. Is this the middle? I think we got to put one here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I want to just make sure it's even. Okay. Yep. That's even. I want to dinkum, but talk about needing more people for the mines because it makes me think twice. You know, gamer friends. The mines, I mean, you could do them solo. It is nice with more people, but I don't know. If you watched the playthrough we did, I split up all the time. I was fine. Is this the back of the museum? Is that what I just made? How deep does the museum go? Is it 3? 4? I'm going to look up the dimensions real quick. Charlie Green, how's it going? No AI. I will look up the dimensions myself, thank you. Okay, the museum, 7 by 4. Okay. In that case, what is this so far? Okay, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So let's pretend like this is the museum. And we're trying to figure out what kind of entrance to do here. So the path going to the museum, to the front door, would need to be 3 wide in order to align with the door properly. And I kind of want to start making that path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy some paths from the Nook stop. Because I do think I'm going to be utilizing the basic Nintendo ones. I don't know if I'm going to be using too many fancy Nintendo Online paths. I might. I don't know. I always like using the ones the game provides. I think I should just lean into that. I like using the ones the game provides and then taking like little forest ones separately and adding those in myself. I should probably buy all of these. I can afford them, and I'm going to want all this stuff anyway, so let's do it. What if they give us more of these? I think that's entirely possible. The hotel should require 5 stars to unlock. Huh. That could be a good motivator for getting 5 stars. A lot of people have stopped at 3 because the credits roll and everything. Unlock what? The hotel. From the update. But they could give us more of these paths. That could be kind of cool. Do you think there are any changes to terraforming? I think that what we saw, that sample of the character kind of sidestepping as they were doing the river, I think that's a change. I have a feeling that will be persistent on both your island and the Slumber Islands, although they could save it for creative mode. Maybe creative mode, everything works a little faster. I don't know. But yeah, I think it'll be little things like that just to make it feel a little faster to do that stuff. I checked my island today and I had 4. About half the island was almost completely empty except for trees. 4, sorry, you had 4 what? Redeem miles. Gosh, there's a lot of paths. 4 stars. Okay. Auto move on terraforming looks so smooth. Yeah, I hope that's throughout the game. You're guessing you stopped at 4 stars? I play alone. T-Bird's talking about Dinkum, and the mines aren't bad, especially when you turn on peaceful mode. Although the hot aren't great alone. Peaceful mode doesn't make that mine peaceful, but it's great alone. I forgot about peaceful mode. Yeah, there's a legitimate way to make the mobs and stuff more peaceful without like lowering the game's difficulty setting. You get this item called a wishing well. And just like the ordinances in Animal Crossing, you can have one wish at a time. You spend some money, and it's like, what wish do you want? And there's a lot of them, but one of the wishes is that the mobs are not aggressive towards you. And I think that is also true of the mines. So you just have to make sure you don't spend too much time in there, because you can die if you stay down there too long. So as long as you're watching the clock, and it starts to warn you that, hey, you need to leave, like you'll be okay. I've played Dinkum a lot more alone than I have with friends. I'll just say that. Your flag is the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. Oh, that's cool. I started playing Kingdom Hearts 3 because I never played it. But I haven't been playing it much because the amount of cutscenes and dialogue was a lot more than I remember. And when I sit down to play a game, and I give myself some time to play a game, I want to play the game. It's just getting so frustrated because it's such like a story dense game, so I feel bad skipping those cutscenes. But like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm not too far into Kingdom Hearts 3. Unless your friends sabotage you, can leave. Oh yeah, your friends can sabotage you and leave you down there. That's a good point. I don't think anyone would do that. Maybe that's a good excuse to play alone. How's it going, Kay? Eventually in Dinkum, you get a lot of money, so using the well is not that expensive. True. Do you think the Switch version will have creative mode? I think so. Then again, the Switch version of games sometimes is nerfed in weird ways because the Switch is such an underpowered console. I remember you doing that. I mean, but you know, sometimes memories are not super reliable as the events, you know, get older in your mind. So it's entirely possible that's something you would assume I would do, and that assumption became like a false memory. And because it was so long ago now, like, who's to say? But I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen, you know? Okay, I got some paths, and so I was thinking what I could do, which could look kind of cool, is do the staircases like making like a little, I don't know, I'll just have to show you, I guess. So, what's your number one tip for someone designing their first island Animal Crossing 2025? Are you finally playing Animal Crossing? Oh my gosh. I suggest okay. I'm a purist. I don't like time traveling. I'll do it if I've played through the game before and like I'm doing a challenge or something like that. But if you just want to enjoy the game the way it was meant to be enjoyed with heavy quotes around it, I always recommend just playing it day by, like, pick it up every day and play it, and enjoy the slow pace of Animal Crossing. Now, you might be trying to get a lot of stuff done before the update comes out, in which case you'll be tempted to time travel and no one would blame you. But there's a lot of people playing right now, so you could still get around. You can still get around it by like asking people to help give you stuff. If you stream it, I guarantee you'll be like, oh no, I really wish I had the stadium lights. And someone will be like, I have the stadium lights. And someone else will be like, I also, and you can open your gate. And before you know it, you'll have 17 stadium lights and you don't have to time travel. So I like playing the game at a slow pace personally. I've always preferred that about Animal Crossing. If you don't time travel, it takes forever to get something done. Like, yeah, but also you have 2.5 months if you're trying to get stuff done in time for 3.0. I only started time traveling once I got 5 stars and was mostly decorated. Yeah, I like playing the game through first before doing like, the cheating. Vanished, how's it going? So this is what I was thinking for the staircases. So one would go here in this direction, and one would go here in this direction. And we could decorate in front of them. They would both land up here. Thanks for the tip. Is there anything more specific, Kay? Can we be more helpful, like, in other ways? Because I don't know if that was, like, what you were looking for. So the staircases would dump you on this path, which would just lead straight up to the entrance of the museum, right up to the front door. My mother time traveled and got me and my siblings to use treasure islands, and now she wants to restart her island play for real for the first time. Yeah, there's always that guilt of like once you do a bunch of stuff on treasure islands. Here's what, okay, you want to know my latest guilty thing that I was doing and then I stopped because I felt so bad about it? I found out that this controller, which is like an off-brand, but really a nice off-brand like controller with the Nintendo ABXY layout. It's gonna zoom in there anytime. This controller, which I just got for playing games on my PC and stuff, has the ability to do macros. And I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. So I set it up to do the macro for Pokemon ZA, where you are in the restaurant and you're doing the restaurant battles to like rack up your 1,000 battles. I set it up and I watched it go for a while. I'm like, this is bad. This is awful. Like, this is not. No. I mean, if I need to get the shiny charm for like a big stream or something, and I might just have to do it, right? But I want the shiny charm, but there's just no reason to rush the 1,000 battles. So I stopped. I'm like, well, I'm glad I know I can do this, but it just felt wrong. That's helpful. I think my biggest worry is not knowing how to do all this stuff, especially with decor, especially custom prints. So yeah, custom designs, like you can, I mean, you're a talented artist. You could definitely like draw them up, but there's so many online, like so many. And, there's our Discord alone and tons of Discords, I'm sure, and Reddits and stuff. We have a section called custom codes. And I tried to organize it. So there's tabs for paths, clothing, signs, and then the code request, which I probably put that there for people trying to get codes. And you could just see all the paths that people have shared. There's so many, and they give you the codes for them, and you download all of them. And it just takes a little bit of practice to get them. It's like putting together a big puzzle, you know. I would recommend not just our Discord, but like looking up custom codes on Google. Pinterest usually has a lot of them, but I hate Pinterest. Website is always really janky, but yeah, there's you can make them yourself, or you can go that route, and neither is a bad option. Let me throw some trees, and you know what? Let's do a couple things. I'm gonna finalize the museum build a little bit by adding another layer of cliffs up here, and then trees. we're committing to like the work here so far. I'll have to look there. I didn't realize that was a thing. Yeah, I don't know if you're in my Discord. You probably are in 100 Discords. You no pressure to join ours, but yeah, custom codes is the lingo everybody uses, like animal or ACNH custom codes. And I mean, Kato can hook you up. Kato used to have I don't know if she still has it or not. She had a website that had these incredible paths and stuff that she curated. And the first time I ever wanted like a nature-y kind of like path, I went to that site and was like, oh, this is perfect. There's like so many things there. So you can use the paths I'm using, the Nintendo ones that have different sounds when you walk on them and stuff, and they're a lot more sturdy. Like I can't push Y and like accidentally swipe them away like you can the custom code pads. Like here's how they work. If you've never seen this, so I go to custom designs, and here's one of the samples they give you. Display here as a painting. Wait a minute, hold on. Display on ground. Boom. So this is one way to do it, where it's literally on the ground, or if you go to custom design, yeah, I'm in the path tool, so custom design, and I can do this, and now I can just paint it on the ground, like this. And then you can kick them up. And you could put these on grass or other paths. I could put this on the dirt. So custom codes can do like a lot of really cool stuff. And yeah, they're kickable, and I don't really love that about them. I wish I had to I'm wearing the helmet, so I'm in build mode. I wish that was the only time I could kick them up. I don't like that I can kick them when I'm not in build mode, because I make that mistake all the time. But you can't kick these, the Nintendo paths, the stone and the dirt. Those are like more hard actual paths, and I never liked that. But that's how they work. They're very simple, and so people have made these really intricate paths that you download multiple codes for, and I wish I had something to show you. They just go together like a puzzle, you know? So it's pretty cool. It's one of the things that makes Animal Crossing, and I don't want to... you're going to be mad at me for saying this. I'm sorry, Kay. I'm not trying to poop on Dreamlight Valley, but it's one of the things that made me feel like with Dreamlight Valley, everyone's valley looks the same, quote unquote, because the custom designs were limited. At least when I played, they were limited to just the clothing. They were not inclusive of like what you could put on the ground or on walls or whatever. And I would have liked it if they were more like Animal Crossing, because if you visit Dream Islands, I'm sure you've seen, some of them look wild. They're so different looking because people really heavily utilize the custom codes to put like streets that look like they've been through an apocalyptic explosion, and you know, like there's so much cool stuff you can do when you give people like those tools. So anyway, I think I'm going to put another corner here. Try to make this look a little better. The next Animal Crossing better have more design slots. I think we'll get some with the update, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Should I do that, or should I have it go on the outside? Like that. Maybe that looks better. Hard to say. Animal Crossing Islands are crazy detailed, so different. Yeah, that's it's pretty cool. Bury a pitfall behind the museum. It's kind of rude. Do you still have a dream address for your Gold Core Island? Yes, it is called Maw Hollow. It's in the description. I want to change so much from my island, but it takes so long and I have no money to do stuff. Diving's a really good way to get money. If you play with people, like not with them, but like if people are playing that you can have them check their turnip prices. You can invest in turnips and try to get other islands in on it. We should start all doing turnips. Like we should be in the Discord doing turnips, because I need money and I need you all to like help me find a good price. Turnips. Kay doesn't know what turnips are. My favorite way to make money. So turnips. Turnips are it's called the stock market, stock market, like beanstalk. There's a character every Sunday that comes around, but only before 12 o'clock. And she comes by in the morning. Her name is Daisy May, and she sells turnips. She's adorable. So you can buy as many as you can afford, and turnips can go up and down in value as the week progresses. You can check them twice a day, once before 12 and once after. And there's websites that will help you track the trend. And eventually, if you give it enough data, it'll be like, ooh, you're on a downward trend. You should probably just sell those. But every island has a different pattern, and every week you'll get like a different pattern. And so you can community it, like I'm suggesting now, where we could all just start checking our turnip prices all the time and trying to collect a whole bunch of money for, just the 3.0 update. And someone could be like, hey, my turnips are being bought for 600 bells a piece. And, you buy so many, like sometimes you can go from having no money to being more rich than you know what to do with one good like turnip week, So I like turnips a lot, but other than turnips, just having like a big farm or diving for sea creatures, those are good ways to make some quick cash. I'm thinking of flattening. I guess the farm isn't quick cash. Farm's like medium. Turnip is long form. Farm is medium. And sea diving creatures are just like good to get if you just need some. If I needed money tonight, I would go get some sea diving done. I was thinking flattening clean by Animal Crossing Island starting over. It takes so long. Wait for Rossetti. Yeah. Daisy May's Gran is named Joan. And so Joan's stock market. Yeah. I'm liking the museum entrance so far, by the way. So museum goes where the dirt square is, or rectangle. The path would have staircases on either side of it. But we never figured out the waterfall. So I think the waterfall could just go literally right here. And this could be the start of our big grand waterfall entrance we were talking about. It looks grand. It's feeling grand. You can now decorate walls outside with wallpaper in Dinkum. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Nintendo Game Freak is going to make me super busy next year. Animal Crossing DLC is out in January. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then February is ZA. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's They should let you change the hourly music to the old games. Oh, that would be pretty fun. I would love to be able to turn off the music. Like I want options. If we could swim in ponds, yeah. So if the staircases are 3 tiles plus the lip that goes on top of the cliff, that means the first bit. So the staircase would come out to here. The first bit of path for the staircase would actually go all the way out here, which is pretty far. It's kind of awkward, right? I guess it depends on how we do our paths. Been saying that since day one of ACNH. Give me the ability to adjust the volume of music independently from the rest of the sound. Yeah, they would never. So I'm thinking for the museum entrance, you have the staircases that do this and go to the actual front door. But then there'll be staircases here at the cliff that let you walk up. So you would walk straight up vertically, and then you do the horizontal staircase here, and then walk up vertically towards the museum front door. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for that. And now we have this little waterfall here. I love when you start to like figure out the dimensions of a build and then starts coming together. Like this is the part that becomes really fun for me. So mocking up these paths and stuff. It's like, ooh, okay. What if we did this? What if we did that? Now, I like to do big, wide paths is my thing. I'm all about big, wide paths. And these are narrow. So, that's something. I can make them 2 wide, or I can make them 4 wide, but I can't make them 3 wide. So, it's tempting to add 2 more tiles to this side and put the staircase in between. But if I did that, I don't know. Would that be too... You know what I mean? I can put a fountain here and on both sides of the waterfall. I dare you to do 2 wide. I mean, 2 wide would be okay. You should put a duck shape. No. I think we do a 4 wide that converts to these 2 wide paths. 2 wide paths. What's the Discord called? Crossing Minute Hangout. It is linked down the description. I want the next game to be... like between New Leaf and New Horizons in terms of player control. Yeah, I just want more control in general. I think they just try and make it like so easy for anyone who's like, it's my first video game, you know? But a duck song. Okay, so let's see. Let me think about this. Let's try and figure out what this part looks like down here before we make any more decisions about the paths. 4 if you're putting sculptures on them. I don't think I'm putting sculptures on the paths. I don't know if I would do that. It's looking pretty cool. So how far does this, like, river go? And is it a big pond? Like, what the heck are we doing? No real curly hairstyles in the game. Makes me sad as a curly hair person. They really did not want to, even go there with the hair, which is frustrating. They should have done it. I think that because they chose, like, a clay-like texture for the hair, they limited themselves. They probably feel boxed in on that one. Yeah, maybe a pond at the bottom. But a pretty symmetrical pond. Across the podcast, first podcast. Thank you. Yeah, we're having fun. I appreciate that. We got to keep in mind there's still some cliff over here we're trying to figure out what to do with. Enjoyed listening to podcast Wilbo. I don't know if you mentioned earlier. I did. Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. So we have this like diagonal kind of thing we got to figure out. But then there's also probably going to be like a bridge somewhere down here with a path coming up. Oh man, I don't know how this is going to look. The map view. So I think we would want a bridge. So where's my pointer? So imagine this pond, river, whatever comes down from the museum. I think a bridge going over it this way somewhere so the paths can connect. And then how are people getting here? How are people like getting to this spot? So like there's the entrance to the island, which you still got to figure out. You got resident services. There's going to be a path going probably in either direction here. And then we need to figure out like a little diagonal path that goes to this bridge. They cross over here. And then how do we like, what happens? There's probably needs to be a big intersection right here because you got the secret beach that goes north, the museum to your left, and probably some houses around this area. So how is this going to work? Maybe you could put houses between the belt and the museum. I mean, I was thinking the houses could go like here, but we would need paths. Like the belt will have a path coming off of it of some kind. A tiny man with big shoulders. What? Oh, over here? Is everything on this island just going to be shaped like just different people, animals? That's not what I'm trying to do. It does look like that, though. I get it. I see it. I think what's really throwing me off, like big time, is this whole cliff structure I have here, which I like, to be clear. But I think I need a bridge like here-ish that would have a path leading up that would bring you to the museum. And I might have to get rid of all of this cliff because of where I'm putting the museum. Or we try to control how grand this museum entrance is. Try to be a little more like careful with our placement. Ankle joint bridge. I was thinking it would be like a knee pad, like the bridge would go like here-ish. Give them little shoes. There's a lot of planning involved here. I'm overwhelming myself again. What if you did a bridge to give him a bracelet and or anklet? Yeah, I might have to, just with the way everything's lining up. I might have to just not worry about how the bridges look on the guy. Just as the island gets more cluttered with more water features and cliffs and stuff, he will be obscured a little bit, but that makes it more fun, I think. I think if he's like not like perfectly visible, but if you just like pay attention for a second, you're like, oh, he made a guy tripping. You know, he's just hidden right in plain sight. That could be cool. So at this point, I think we just work around him. I can't do a necklace. His neck, there's too many. Whoa, hello, pointer. There's too many rivers connecting at the neck. I'm trying to grab the pointer again. Like right here, there's too much going on. I can't do it. Yes, I still want to move around the island in a convenient fashion. Yes. Lots to figure out. Lots to figure out. Okay. No, I don't know. I think I have to stare at this map longer. Okay. I think what would help is knowing where the other two bridges are going to go. The little man can have a skateboard. He's not staying. Don't get used to him. How do these paths intersect? The two paths leading from the museum entrance, I have to figure out how they meet. One of the things I had imagined for this spot was being on this cliff where there's maybe like a big farm, and then seeing in the distance paths and a river and perhaps like statues or whatever, or lights, making you go like, what's that canal? What's going on over there? That looks pretty epic. And then you'd walk up to the museum. So if this cliff is to be incorporated into the build, then we're having a different conversation about like, let's say there's a natural, there's a bridge here, right? Like on his knee somewhere, there's a bridge. And you get over here and you pop up here to a farm. And then, so let's pretend we keep this cliff. And then down here, there's like, oh, what's over there? What's in the distance? There's a canal and some paths and some statues. You go down a bridge. You go down a staircase that we put over here somewhere. It doesn't have to be two. It can just be one that gets you down onto the path. So let's say it's, I don't know, it can't be centered because the river and the museum entrance 3 tiles wide. That's like been my biggest issue with this build. The staircases are 2 tiles wide. The stupid museum entrance is 3 tiles, and we're now basing an entire build off of an entrance that's 3 tiles wide. So we have to work around that somehow. So it's actually better if we don't have the symmetry carry up to this little farm area, but instead the ramp is somewhere over here, and the real entrance to the museum is actually coming in from the side, which would make sense because we have this bridge right here. So a little bit of a diagonal path, big intersection, path over to the left. What's all this over here? That looks very cool, very welcoming. I want to go see it. I think that's the answer. How is it going to look? I don't know. But I think I'm committing to this, so we can get rid of all this stuff. We can make this look less like a little man. The double waterfall is doing it for me with this build. I like the double waterfall. I want more opportunities for more waterfalls around it too. So how far does this go? I'm not sure. And do we make it like a round pond like we talked about? Also not sure. Because how would we do paths around it? Let's pretend the staircases are somewhere in this vicinity. I think they're going to come out a little bit. I'm just going to put the path here, and then let's have it go down. And this kind of gives us an idea, if we keep it too wide, like how much space we get between the path and the river. Canal, whatever you want to call it. Which is a lot. We could do a lot. A bridge over it is kind of what I'm thinking. Which means we have to come down further, I think. Now, where does it stop? I'm not sure. For now, it stops like that. Could it be a pond? I don't know. I have no idea. Like, having a cliff here makes it a little bit awkward because it's like, do we do a waterfall going into it? That would be weird. How would that physics? But we could do a pond right here, or we could just have it stop. Let's figure out the staircase before I do anything else, because I'm going to regret not knowing what I'm doing with that. I actually think it should stick out. So what if we did something like this? So what if the staircase was like this? It's a staircase where I'm standing. Oh. And yeah, it would go on top of the path right there. No. I actually want to bring it down more. What's the new update about? They're adding this hotel. There's a whole trailer. It's about 12 minutes long. I highly recommend watching it. They're adding like a hotel. They're adding slumber islands that are going to be like creative mode islands that you can have up to 3 of. It's a really big update. It's not as big as the 2.0 update, but in some ways I think it's an even larger update than 2.0 since I feel like there's going to be even more to do that we couldn't do before. Is Val going to stream again? Hopefully eventually. I came for Animal Crossing. I left with Dinkum. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. So, staircase. Right there. And then we get some variety in the cliffs, which I think looks pretty cool. We have to kind of match that on this side now. So I think I did 3 tiles out. There. Oh wait, that's not what we were doing. We gotta make that wider. This is where we cut it off. Okay. I love the museum in this game because I love making a big entrance for it. And every time I do a museum build, the entrance always gets even more grand than the last time. The terraform building noise is the intro to We Will Rock You. Okay. This is looking like something. Yeah, you can't unhear it. It's true. This is starting to look like something. Still trying to decide about that bridge going over the little river. Canal, whatever you want to call this. The paths would need to meet somehow. So it wouldn't hurt. Even the fish have moved in. This didn't become as many waterfalls as I thought it would be, though. That's the one disappointing part, I guess, of the build. It could have been even more waterfall-y. I guess I could make waterfalls kind of come down from here and like be in a little pond on either side. That could be an option. We could do more. Yeah, we could put like a little something. This path is really narrow because of the entrance to the secret beach we're trying to do. But we can do whatever we want. We don't have to make it this wide. We can obscure it completely if we really want to. There's kind of no rules with that. All right, I think what this means is I need to figure out what is up here. Am I doing the big intersection? That feels like it calls for a path that's 4 tiles wide. But then also keep in mind, we did make this like 5 tiles wide. But the secret beach is very forgiving. You can make it 6 tiles wide thanks to this like rocky part right here. This is 5, right? I should be able to put one in the middle. Yeah, this is 5. So if I were to take away, if I were to strip away one side of this, we could definitely put a 4 wide path going to the secret beach. Now, I don't know if I want a big symmetrical path going to the secret beach, but I do know that if I start to like do even to odd number paths, this is going to bother me, so I'm going to get rid of this anyway. At least then I'll know that this is like, you know, not going to interfere with the paths I'm planning. Okay, cool. So we have this. And then if we wanted to make it symmetrical in the future, we would plan our 4 wide path to be right here. Am I going to use this tile? Probably. So that would go up potentially to the secret beach, or I decide not to do that. So much to figure out. You kind of see how planning one building starts to plan out your whole island, because very quickly do I need to make a decision now about the other side, opposite of the museum. I think it might be my house. I might make a really nice big plot for my house. I talked about putting villager homes up here, and I could still, they could be part of my landscaping. I could just put their homes, you know, as part of my landscaping. You know, this is my thing. There, I will invite some of them to live on my private property. So, I don't know, this could represent like a big main road. It goes to the secret beach, but it kind of like cuts into here. Or it just trails this way. There's so many things we can do, but I think, let's see, I did a big sandy patch with paths in front of my secret beach to extend it somewhat. I still like the look of it. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's like a cool concept. I wish the sand would connect too. Like I wish when you did sandy path, it wouldn't leave that little bit of grass in between, say like the rocks here in the sand. It would be cool if it like converted it. But yeah. So the idea is my main roads will be 4 tiles wide. And so what I'm just trying to do right now is I'm mocking this up and I'm trying to see what it would look like then if I took 4 tiles and went in this direction towards the museum. It's 3. So here's 4. And then we'd have one that comes up here. So it would go over here. And up there to my house or whatever. None of this is perfect. There's so much to figure out. But I do think that we kind of have our answer now for where a bridge could potentially go to connect these two. How far down do we want the little canal to go. Because what I'm thinking we do is connect these. Why do I have a gold play button? Because I'm on like 17 channels. Don't worry about it. So we'll come over here. Sometimes I think about just like not having that on my wall because it confuses everybody. I do a lot of stuff. We'll come over here. Okay, and then it would continue. Make it look easy. I'm kind of just vibing. Oops. Oh, shoot. I'll take this down. I guess the only thing I don't like about this is like how close it ended up being to this cliff. Ooh. Trying to decide if I like this. Do I want it to be 2 tiles wide? Do I want to go from 4 to 2 like that? That feels a little bit weird. I think we need to make it 4. So, yeah, that's probably better. And then it would continue. I'm leaving a gap because the bridge is going to take away the paths here anyway.
Cat fact number 123. Cats think vacuum cleaners are ancient monsters that must never be trusted.
That's true. I feel like I've done a lot of islands, but I just feel like I kind of... I don't know. I definitely have a design style that I lean on. Typically more or less normcore, I guess. Okay, so yeah, bridge here. Still leaving plenty of room for stuff around this canal. It's not as much as I would have thought. Now that I've extended the staircase out like this and put this big 4-wide path, there's not as much room between the path and the canal. Because, like, you get this if I want to, like, put museum-y decorations in here. Tails, will see you later. Have a good one. But is that okay? I don't know. Is that bad? I think it's fine. It's probably good. Do I have any pawns yet? I had pawns and I got rid of them. But I'll probably make more. In fact, I'm pretty sure I will. Is this good? Do we like this? So, bridge, 4 staircases, all for the museum entrance. It's fine. You don't need to take up half your island with one build. I need it. I need so much more room for the museum entrance. We should probably get something moved today too. I should go ahead and get the museum like actually up here. While I have the cash. I think between the stairs would be a good pond area. So are you talking about here or are you talking about like here? What are you doing for that river? Where is that going? It probably just stops. It might just stop. Because if I have it pour into the dude tripping, then it starts to not look like a dude tripping. So I think it does, like maybe it does need to become a pond, which means I take away some of this cliff here to like make room for that. The lower level between the stairs. So you think pond here? We could. I wanted to put some stuff around it, though, but maybe. What I might do, actually, you know, I just got another idea. We take the farm away. We see this cliff that I'm standing that's blocking me right now. What if we had it encircle a pond? Encircle. New word. Unlocked. We can't make the pond go too close to the guy's leg, but, like, it would just be a small pond and the cliffs would be around it. That could be kind of something. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what kind of nutty things we'll get up to. I might do that. We will see. Okay, let's move the museum before I forget. First time being able to catch a live stream. Been watching the past Animal Crossing ones. Debating for a restart for 3.0. La Loverboard, thank you for joining us. Okay, so my advice would be to not restart for 3.0. But, I mean, you didn't ask for my advice. I say that because of the DIYs you'll lose, because we don't know how to unlock the hotel or Rossetti or any of that stuff. And Rossetti is probably the #1 reason not to restart, because he's going to let you tear your island up if you want to. If you want your island to be like wiped clean, it's never going to have been easier than waiting for 3.0 and getting your hands on that quality of life feature of having Rossetti come in and like do some work. So we just don't know how we unlock him. He could be available day 1, or he could be available after you hit 3 stars, or he could be available after, who knows? Like, so I don't know. If you have an established island right now, I know it's like, oh, but I want to play Animal Crossing really bad, but like, is 2 months enough time for you to get it back to kind of like where you're really happy with it? And you also, like, again, I can't overstate like how difficult it is to get all the DIYs. I have my OG island from launch day, and I still don't have all of my DIYs anymore. Like, all my DIY. I never collected all of them. I think I'm missing like 4 of them still out of all the DIYs. So there's a lot. What is it, like 600 or something? So I don't know. To be fair, I started a new island like 10 days ago because we were 30. Oh, well, geez. So you're good. Oh, no. It's my fault. I did this. Everyone restarted, and then 3.0 announced. Oh, no. Infrastructure. Let me move resident services, Tom Nook. That should be in the update. See what Blathers thinks. I don't care what Blathers thinks. I'll put the museum wherever I want. I'm a chronic restarter, but I moved my island over to my old Switch Lite. Did love the last challenge, been inspired by the DIY island. That was a fun one. They're both fun. You still have your OG 2020 island? Yeah, I think mine's also on my Switch Lite right now. Restarted when I got my Switch 2 a few months ago, just taking my time working, getting the items, filling the museum, having a good time just playing the game. That's great. Yeah, I guess if you restart a lot and you feel like you're not going to lose that much, but like if I had to restart an island that was as progressed as my OG island, oh my gosh, I would just be panic playing Animal Crossing. I wouldn't even be having fun anymore. I restarted because making a new account or having a family plan Nintendo Switch Online sound too hard. I guess I see what you mean. Let's imagine it. Look at that. Look at that building. It's perfect. This is the perfect spot. Transferred OG Island from your Switch 1 to your Switch 2 the other day to prep for the update. Ooh. Enjoy those faster load times. Okay, cool. Museum will be there. I would love to start getting staircases placed down. I just don't have any money. We have some stuff I need to sell, though. Give me a second. Sorry, muted. Thank you. Webpix is always looking out for me. You guys have no idea. Yeah, I was saying that has a kid. Okay, she's fine. She's a brat. She's a brat, professional brat. I was saying I need to get like 200K. You want Kato to make a dream island? That would be such the contrast of that island. That would be pretty funny. Okay, sell. I have some farm goods to sell here from farm to Nook's pockets. Okay, and we could sell this gold nugget and this workout top. I guess I could keep that. Okay, we'll start there. 29,000. Maybe we can do this. We might be able to do this. Maybe we can get enough to make a staircase. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ugh, I accidentally buried 1,000 bells today instead of 10,000. I got so upset. I really don't need that. Oh, Wolfgang moved in, by the way. You know that empty plot we had? I forgot to tell you. Wolfgang moved in. He'll be moving out, but he's here for now. I can't believe I just happened to restart my island on a whim to get back into Animal Crossing week before 3.0 surprise, trying to get back up to speed for January. Good luck. Good luck. Why is everything so expensive in this game? I wanted to buy a clock. It was over 44,000 pounds. Storage full. See, yeah, we need to figure that out. What can I get rid of? Probably a lot of stuff. Like, do I need 2 pet beds? I don't like getting rid of stuff because I tend to want to have lots of items, lots of choices for this island we're going to need to start decorating soon. But I also need the money. The hay beds are recraftable. That's a good point. Who's purring? Is that you? Small stuff. Any small stuff? I got a lot of books, but I wanted to craft those into stuff. Are you going to sit there? Okay. Here. There's some extra room for you. I want to throw the hay beds down, but I also need money. Oh, we should see what the hot item is, actually. Cat's name. I'm just going to start calling her Streamer Cat, because that's kind of what her whole thing is now. I don't think I need 2 brine shrimp aquariums. That's hard to say. If you craft them now, it will free up space. But I also just want to make money. I don't think I need 2 of these posters. I already checked floors, walls, and everything for duplicates, so we should be good there. I'm keeping these fossils. Oh, you know what? Don't need 2 of those. Let's start there. What's the cardboard for? I like the cardboard DIYs. I wish they stacked. Mama Cat, welcome. Okay, hopefully we make a little bit of money from this, and then, yeah, let's see what the hot items are. Shell, stool, and mossy garden rock. Okay, which one should we do? Shell, stool is probably going to be down here somewhere. Okay, kind of expensive. And mossy garden rock. Also, wow, that's a lot. We should make some of these, though. I do have a lot of weeds and stone right now. If I'm going to get rid of some stuff, I'd like to make some money off of it. So, yeah, but they cost a lot more than you would expect, the mossy garden rock. All right, so we're getting rid of these excess items. I think these are in the museum already. I'll check. Yep. I have a lot more bugs than I thought. Where's the violin beetle? I must be looking right at it. Is it this one? Yeah, it's in the museum. Okay, great. Last month to catch the violin beetle. Are you going to sell all the trees again? I'm thinking about it. They're taking up room. I actually might throw some around the museum first and then see what's left. All right. Inventory is mostly clear. Got rid of all your bugs in storage. I try and save a little bit of that stuff for CJ and Flick, but I try not to like overdo it. I like to have the next bug or fish model locked and loaded for their visit, but I don't like to hold on. I used to hold on to a lot, which was probably a better process for me because I don't remember to like pick a bug or fish model, so I don't have anything when they come visit. Okay, we were going to make mossy garden rocks, which I wish we could make from our storage, but that will be in January. That's okay. We'll pull out the supplies. Yeah, I have a lot of rocks right now. So this is 2, 4, 6 mossy garden rocks. Let's go with 8. Hopefully that'll be enough. Heather, how's it going? Yeah, I need to fish more. I'm going to be playing off camera a lot, and that's like the best time to fish because I can just quietly like hold the switch to my ear, listen for the fish to bite. Doing it on stream is awful. I wish Flick could make bug-themed accessories, like a butterfly hair clip. Oh, that's cool. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm trying to hoard materials. This is not the best use of them right now. But yeah, I've been trying to hoard a lot of stuff for the update. Just go to, yeah, if you just go to a few Nook Miles Islands and, like, decimate them. It used to be, when I played this game every day, one of my dailies was going to Nook Miles Islands and, like, tearing them up. At least one a day. I just made it, like, a regular thing when I first started. Okay, I don't know how much this is going to be worth, but hopefully a lot. We're trying to get over 200k. Why not leave the materials outside? I don't like leaving anything outside. I like the storage, and I like how it's organized, and I like being able to see like a bird's eye view of what I have. You can see how many you have, And soon you'll be able to craft from your storage. So get used to storing your stuff inside, because in January you'll be able to craft directly from your storage. You won't have to hold on to stuff. $40,000. Oh, we're close. All right, we can make a few more. We should first see what we're getting. If I'm getting the brick staircase and it happens to be not 200K, then maybe we saved our materials and that was good. I plan my builds by putting all my junk outside. Yeah, I guess if your house is full, that makes sense. Oh, gonna die of thirst. Let's see. Infrastructure. Bridges and inclines. We would like an incline. And what do we want? So I usually go with stone because it always looks nice, but brick is fancy. And these two I don't... Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with stone, actually. I feel like stone is the least... It just goes with everything. Whereas brick, I'm not using any brick paths or terracotta paths at all. And it might feel a little out of place. Even though I did do a brick bridge, I just feel like the brick bridge hits different than the brick stairs.
Cat fact number 73. Cats believe they are the true rulers of the world and humans are merely their pawns.
Lena, how's it going? So I think we can afford this right now. But yeah, even the stone path goes with the brick path. You're engaged. Congrats. Was that you telling us that earlier, or was someone else engaged? How many people are getting engaged today?
Made cupcakes for my neighbor's baby shower. Forgot I had a cold. Frosted them by blowing icing out of a Ziploc bag I bit a hole in. Coughed into it halfway through. Ended up smearing it with my debit card. I left early. Felt like the right call.
I hope nobody ate it. Yeah, I think we need more staircase options, because you're right. I do think stone looks the best. So this is how it'll look. I'm generally engaged. What does that mean? Are you just in constant state of engaged? I pile bugs and fish up, too. My island's a mess.
They asked me to bring cupcakes to the baby shower. I made them, but then the dog licked all the frosting while they were cooling. I didn't have time to redo them, so I just added sprinkles and turned the tray the other way. I brought a gift. That should be enough.
Oh, engaging. Okay. I must have read it wrong. I'm generally engaging. Okay, that makes more sense. You ruined my joke. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. We've paid for a staircase. 1 of 4. I'm getting a lot of money. Did you come up with those, or is it AI? So I usually start, when I have to come up with a lot of stuff, I'll start with AI, and then it does a terrible job, and then I will edit them. So pretty much that's how that one started. But I've grown so such an ugh about using those tools that I haven't updated them at all. So you'll hear repeats because I just don't want to do that process again. I keep meaning to ask anyway, if you all have stuff you'd like me to add to the queue, I think it would be more fun to have other people add $2 jokes, chuck potluck recipes, $2 recipes. And we can use Discord. It's very easy to add stuff. All I have to do is literally take what you say and add it to a text document, and that's it. Like, it used to be harder to add stuff, but I fixed that. So, yeah, I would like not to use those programs. I just had to come up with like dozens and dozens of them. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see if this thing can do a good job, and it didn't. I don't think I do much prep for the update, but I've really been working on both islands. Oh, yeah, I haven't done anything with my main island, but it's so far along. It's like I'm very wealthy and everything on that island. It's great. I probably won't need to do much. Once the update comes out, I'll have 2 islands to experience it on, I guess. You could even automate it with a Discord bot and maybe let patrons/channel supporters add something directly. I could automate that with a Discord bot. Yeah. But I wouldn't want them to like add stuff without me vetting it though. I'd still want to like go in and read them. But yeah, if anyone has stuff like they think you get, I think by now you've heard enough $2 jokes and recipes and to kind of get the vibe I was going for with those, which like the $2 jokes, the whole point of those is they're not really funny. They're kind of sad. The $2 recipes are also supposed to be like,
Hey, Lynn just became a channel member.
hey, Lynn, thank you so much for being a channel member. Appreciate it. They're supposed to be very quick and very, the money isn't, the cost really isn't factored in. They're just gross. The potluck stuff was inspired by just disgusting potluck stories I've seen on Reddit and elsewhere. Of course, they're way over the top, the Chuck ones. Like, out of all the stupid characters that pop up, I think nooknews is my favorite because other people, like, take it and, like, have fun with it. We have disturbed the owl. We should at least see what's on the board. Nook Friday announcement. Nook's Crane's holding a massive sale from November 28th to November 30th. Everything will be 30% off, so come on by. They're already advertising the sale event. Turkey Day announcement. Since when did these all say something announcement? Shop remodel announcement or notice. Okay, that's old. I'm sure we'll have some recipes for you tomorrow after our potluck. Oh no. The Nook news is hilarious every time it happens because you know how weird the breathing noises will become. That's why everyone listens. Okay, I'm just wandering now because I don't know what else to do. The plan today. Sorry, my nose is so itchy because of that cat. Oh my gosh. The plan today was to get the museum kind of like figured out with the cliff area, and it came out really good. I wasn't anticipating the entire thing being like done, but it's done. Like, it's awesome. I mean, there's no items around it, but you know what I mean. It's done, and now we can play around with like stuff around it. So I think the next thing I'd want to do is try and figure out my own place, like I talked about, and then go from there. Have more villager homes around it. Do you plan out flower/color types for an area? A little bit. I do a little bit of that. If you look at my Cat Butte island, which is also a dream address down below, you can kind of see how I do that. It's in small ways. But yeah, I think I will end up living up here, or I don't know. I haven't fully decided if I want to live here or no. I'd probably live up on a mountain. That makes sense. I'd be on a big mountain, and we'd have some houses around it or something. Feel like a little community area, and then we'll put some rejects somewhere else. The villager. Oh, the villager lineup. That's what I was gonna do. Thank you for reminding me. We got to get Peaches invited and Chatter out of here. Finally. I'm so glad you reminded me.
Made a potato dish for Sunday brunch, but I over-microwaved the butter and it exploded. I scraped what I could off the walls and stirred it back in. Looked a little speckled, but tasted fine. Probably.
You said you wanted to end the river from the museum to a pond as well. I'm thinking about it. I haven't. That feels like a much larger build for like the next stream. Nook Miles. No, camper. There we go. Peaches. All right.
Very important announcement from your favorite loan shark, Tom Nook. I ate way too much Halloween candy and now I am nauseous. It was not worth it. Hoorah.
It sounded like he got sick there at the end. He was supposed to say ho ho, but that's not what he said. Okay. I don't know which amiibo we'll use next, but we got Peaches. That was the last Peaches scan we had to do. He forgets his catchphrase. I think he's just having some trouble. I gotta figure out where like a little shopping district is gonna go still. Oh my gosh. Hedge standy. Please give me the recipe for that. I don't think I have that. Yes. Such a good way to get DIYs. Was that based on a true story, by the way? You ate too much Halloween candy and now you're nauseous? I hope you're feeling okay. I think the standees are just softwood. They're nice and easy. I think literally everything Peaches wanted was only made out of softwood. Oh, there's some regular in there too. I was feeling mildly nauseous earlier, but I drank some water. I'm good now. Okay, that's good. Barb's Corner, how's it going? All right, what's your favorite 3.0 announcement so far? Hi from Oz. Been lurking whilst doing some chores. Stream is really good. Good to see. Thank you. I'm hopeless at...
And Loki want to make an animated series with my characters, hmm?
Look, you want to make an animated series with my characters. Planning your island, still trying to rebuild it on your Switch 1. Hope to get a new one. Well, good luck. Yeah, that's awesome. I think mini islands, honestly. Oh, that's actually pretty specific. Yeah, the fact that you could change the size of those slumber islands and make them tiny. That is kind of cool. You know what'd be fun? Ooh, I shouldn't say it, actually. I shouldn't say. I should save it. Well, there's a lot of fun things you can do. Let's just put it that way. Well, I'll say it because I don't know how it would work, actually. What would be fun is if, like, 4 people did, like, a design battle.
Cat fact number 49. Cats can communicate with birds, but they prefer to keep this talent a secret.
So they do a design battle, but everyone's designing the same tiny island. Like, whose design is going to win? I don't know how that would work. Like, but imagine, like, you're trying to terraform and people are undoing your work. Like, it's a competitive thing, you know? All right, Peaches, move here. Everyone's been so generous. You mean me? I'm the only one giving you stuff. Must be great to live here and be part of this community. Move here and see. Yeah, Kato, you need to help me with this. I think this is a good idea, but we need to like figure out how it would work. Wait, what happened? Any other ideas? You're just stealing. You're supposed to work with me on this. If only there was an open plot on Trip Falls. No, I must have hit B by accident. Oh no. No. I hit B by accident. She won't give me the prompt again. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so mad. If only there's an open plot. There is, please. Oh, ask again. Do you have 10 villagers? I thought so. No, I have 9. Oh. Crap. Okay, I'll place a plot. I thought I had 10. I think there'll be tons of challenges. There's probably gonna be so many, things going on. Well, this is gonna be a busy night for Tom Nook. He has to move the museum, get a staircase going, and now add a whole house. I'm 20 minutes into Animal Crossing. Any tips? Everyone please throw tips at Baylor VR. 20 minutes in. I don't even know, like, how you must be taking it all in right now. Enjoy it nice and slow is always my tip. I spent 30 days in New Horizons 3.0 everywhere. I don't want to do that because I think 3.0 is supposed to be something you like. Make sure you like your island name and your character name. You can't change those later. I feel like these are meant to be played. These updates are meant to be played later in the game, like enjoyed, you know. So I just feel like if you start a new island for 3.0, you're not going to get to see a lot of the new stuff until like much later, and that would bother me. I name my island my town's name, and my name my name. Okay, well that should be a pretty good start then, I would say. Oh, ow. I think I bit my lip or something. Where am I going to put this plot? It's all temporary. I'll put it right here. Yeah, don't stress too much about this kind of thing where you're putting down plots. I put them all in a cluster early on because I'm going to redecorate the whole island. I don't recommend you do it that way or anything, but if you put something in a spot you don't like, you can move it later. It only costs 10,000 bells. It's not a big deal. The only thing you can't do easily is move something over by like 1 or 2 spaces. Because if I took this plot I just placed down, and I'm like, oh shoot, I actually wanted 2 spaces between these houses. I can't move it over by 1. It'll be like, there's already a plot there. So you have to move it like out of the way, let him rebuild it, then the next day you can move it where you want it. Everything in Animal Crossing takes real time, but it's only a day. If you order something from the catalog, you'll get it the next day in the mail. If you put down a building like this, they'll build it and it'll be ready the next day. Everything is one real life day pretty much. Trees will grow over like the course of I think 4 days, stuff like that. A lot of people resort to switching their Switch clock so they time travel through it. Animal Crossing is one of those games that you're meant to enjoy slowly, so they don't. It's not like encouraged. I would say, especially for your first time playing the game, try to just enjoy it at that slow pace because there's a lot to do. It won't be like, well, I can't do anything because the building won't move. There's plenty for you to do while you wait for the building to get moved. If you start time traveling early on, it just kind of it starts to make the game feel like it's moving really fast, and I don't know. It just, for me, it's always lost some essence. I'm not going to change the time I love a slow-paced game. Perfect. Yeah, it's great when you've played through the game and you're like, I actually just want to like build up my island as fast as possible. And I've done that, but I really enjoy a slow burn. Yeah, those are my couple tips. There's folks in the Discord. Everyone's pretty excited about Animal Crossing right now, so there's definitely a lot of like people to talk to about it and everything else. Okay, cool. Peaches is asking. So we can get Peaches to live here now. Yay! All right, cool. We got one of our forever villagers. That's great. Well, forever as long as we're doing this silly theme. So we now have Stitches, Lucky, and Peaches. 3 villagers that represent the essence of Trip Falls. And we got them moved in. Why shouldn't I walk around without my net after 7 p.m.? There are, depending on the season, there's either scorpions or spiders sometimes. They're rare. And if you have your net out, they will run after you. If you don't have your net out, you'll see them and you're like, that's a big scorpion. And it'll leave you alone, but it sees the net as like a threat to it. So if you don't pay attention, you have your net out, it'll come running after you. But you'll also want your net to catch it so you can put it in the museum. So yeah, I'll show you how to do that. I don't have an example scorpion, so you'll have to imagine. I live in Arizona, I'm used to scorpions. So scorpions are really big, you can't miss them. And the tarantulas, and it's the same exact. It behaves the same exact way. But let's say there was one where that stick is. If you hold A, you will get into sneak mode, and you can sneak around. But with the scorpions, if you just walk all the way towards it like this, it would have already attacked. Like, you have to be careful. So what it'll do is the scorpions and spiders will rear up and go. They'll hiss at you, and so like you'll walk, it hiss, you stop. And then you walk, it'll hiss again, you stop. And then it won't hiss, stop. And then, boom, you'll catch it. That's kind of how that works. Otherwise, they'll bite you, and you will respawn at, like, your house. You won't lose anything. It's pretty not punishing at all. But it is terrifying when you're running around with your net, and then suddenly you're being chased. You're welcome. I don't think you'll have to worry about that too much. They're very rare. I love how that became one of the tips, though. There's so many other things people could tell you, and they're like, hey, watch out for when you're holding a net. Red light, green light. Yeah, they definitely play like red light, green light with you. They're also worth a lot of money. There used to be these things called Tarantula Islands and Scorpion Islands, depending on the season. When you go to these random islands to gather supplies and stuff, sometimes you would get like a Scorpion Island, and you would make like so much money. They've nerfed these, I think, or you can find them now, but they're really rare or something. I can't remember exactly what happened. They still have them. Yeah, they just used to be more common. Oh, you know what it was? Actually, you know what it was? You could actually turn any island into a Scorpion or Tarantula Island. If you cleared off the whole thing, you could actually make it so like they'd spawn if it was the right time of day and everything. I think that's how it worked. And so they had to like fix that. That sound familiar? I remember doing it that way. Like I felt like I could make any island a Scorpion or Tarantula Island. 5 years of playing, you never got a Scorpion Island. Yeah, they still exist. They're very rare. It's kind of like it's also like the Shark Island. It's also very rare. I don't have a lot of storage right now. I want to see if there's anything cool in here. Grab an eye patch. I don't know if I have these antique boots yet. I remember what you're talking about? Okay. There also used to be islands that had hybrid flowers on them. They got rid of those, which is very disappointing. Oh, I'm poor. I've absolutely made scorpion tarantula iron before. It was worth it. You made so much money doing that. Yeah, I paid off probably most of my loans like that back in the day. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to do design-wise was get some trees placed down. Because I have all these trees taking up space. And now that we kind of have a build set up, I feel like a little bit safer putting these down. You having Flick visits too? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so rich. So I talked about maybe putting more waterfalls. Like over here. Let's assume we might do that and go back here with the trees. Are these too close together? How about that? I think there's like that thing in me that's like I should make it symmetrical. But I'm going to be editing these cliffs a lot, so I actually should not make this part symmetrical. But if I put trees up here, maybe then they're symmetrical. But will I have room for trees up here? I'm going to be putting... Maybe. I don't know. Putting statues and stuff, but... Oh, I see why you're suggesting pitfall seeds, because it's trip falls specifically. That, okay, I see that. Yeah, I think at least for the dream address we should put pitfalls. Okay, and then one out here for now. And that'll get rid of all the trees in my inventory. I'm excited to build this out. This is going to look cool. So yeah, tomorrow the museum will be there. It already feels kind of decorated. This is great. We'll have a staircase right here. Gonna make my island calm and cozy like my real one. That's good. Yeah, it's good to like... one thing that helps me a lot is looking at people's builds online and just getting motivation from those. All the people hate Tom Nook. Why? So, Tom Nook... You can watch... I did 100 days in GameCube Animal Crossing, and you'll get an idea of why. Back in the day, he was a lot more ruthless. Like, he's like an evil kind of landlord figure to a lot of people. I wouldn't say he was evil in the old games. He was just more surly and, you know... He made it clear that, like, he didn't like you. So, in Wild World, too, he's also, like, really mean. Over time, he got softer. And now, he's just a cuddly raccoon figure, and everyone loves him. But he's still kind of... He's got landlord vibes. And so he's like my landlord. He's selling you your house. Eventually, you will stop paying him. But... He's got the landlord vibes for sure. And so to this day, I certainly lean into the trope of like, no, he's evil. Don't let all this fool you. This like friendly little, oh, we revitalized an island. We did it together. No, you did all that work. He sat there and he watched. And he took your money. And he took everyone else's money. But in reality, in this game, he's actually, they've toned him down a lot. He's very nice. It's so cool that people are still picking up the game for the first time, though. That is very exciting. You're picking up at a really good time. Back in the old games, he forced you into indentured servitude. Yeah, he would... you'd have to get a job to pay down your loan, but he wouldn't pay you nearly enough to pay it down. And you only ever pay, like, this much of the loan. And he's like, well, I don't have any more work for you. It's just the tutorial. And so you're just stuck paying down this loan. He's like, you can sell stuff, I guess. And then you realize the economy makes no sense because you could just sell him all of your bugs and fish and he just gives you all the money and then you give it right back to him. And you're like, how did he get all that money though? Like, I haven't been buying much. No one else lives here yet. So this game's very strange. But okay, cool. I think, already have my first dream villager, Stitches. Stitches is here. Stitches looks like he's tripped and fallen a few times, so we added him. But yeah, nice. I started playing after 2.0 was released, so I've never gotten to experience pre-update. Well, now you can. Now you can say you were here for a pre-update. So yeah, we are going to be playing this some more. Dinkum, I guess, releases maybe in like half an hour on Switch. I would look at least if you're up still. Maybe it unlocks at midnight Eastern. I don't know. But yeah, we might stream Dinkum tomorrow if I'm around tomorrow. Or when the next stream will probably be Dinkum. But this is also pulling me in quite a bit. Any legit places you know of where I can find a GameCube without paying out the ear? Let me do a quick search, actually, because I might know. Because your best bet is to find it local. But, hold on. There's sellers on eBay. Like, there's the first eBay one that came up was you can choose your color and controllers and stuff, and it's anywhere from $117 to $231. So it probably depends on how many extra things you buy. It looks like you can get one on eBay pretty consistently for about $150. There's one for $153 right now that has like 6 games and 3 controllers. What are the games? Burnout's good. Sorry, now I'm just shopping. Are you in the Discord? I could just send this listing in Discord. But yeah, if you didn't know, Blaze, I might need an adapter. Yeah, you'll probably want an HDMI adapter, which they're cheap. And there's some good ones. If you didn't know, you probably know this. The original Wii, will play GameCube games, and they even have GameCube controller ports and memory card slots at the top. It's a fully backwards compatible thing. You just got to buy the right one. Don't get the black one. Get a white one and make sure you read the description and make sure it's the backwards compatible one, because they eventually released ones that were cheaper that didn't have the backwards compatibility. But I would recommend that more because you'll get the benefit of also having a Wii. But there might be reasons for wanting the GameCube specifically. But yeah, and other Switch games, I've been playing Pokemon ZA a lot. I've been really enjoying it. Moving soon, taking a break from packing to watch this. Oh, fictionless. Oh no. Well, it'll be up on the channel. I'm wrapping up here in a minute, but it will be on the channel for you to peruse afterwards. Love the endangered human theory in this game. The whole thing about humans being human enrichment enclosure. Shiny hunting is ZA right now. Yeah, ZA has been like taking up a ton of time offline. My alpha dex, which I was not planning on doing, is actually coming along really nicely. But I got the living dex done. I'm 650-ish battles into the 1,000, which I'm not enjoying very much. But yeah, it's fun. Okay, that was like 17 topics. But Blaze, I think... Are you in the Discord? Because I can send you this listing. It's not a bad deal. I can't figure out the battle mechanic. I keep throwing Pokeballs. At least they give it back to you now. Okay, well, cool. But yeah, eBay. I did some battles, then ordered a turbo controller to finish them. I was talking about this earlier. I can do it. This will macro, but I just feel so bad doing it. So I'm trying not to. eBay is not a bad place to buy old consoles. That was all I was saying. And the Nintendo Wii is also a console that should be able to play GameCube games if you buy the right one. You have the dark red one. I don't know if that one was backwards compatible. Like, I think you could find Wiis for cheaper than GameCubes. I'm not going to lie. There's a one here that starts at $65, and I think it's the backwards compatible one. So if you're looking for a GameCube, I would look for Wii, honestly. I think you'll save money. Surprisingly, I think it's just, I don't know what happened. Also, if your Wii disk drive breaks, there are people who sell. I haven't done this myself, but I've watched enough modding videos. There are people who will replace that. Well, I think what they do is they buy donor consoles, but I've seen people change out the disk drives in a Wii, because like they break. But the GameCube, when those break, I don't know. People probably can change those. It might just be not as easy. I do have the 3-prong ports. Oh, cool. But yeah, they sell HDMI adapters for these things. Wii and GameCube, I have both, and I have the HDMI adapters. They look good. And yeah, for anyone looking for old consoles, eBay is not a bad place. Be sure to make sure they have good reviews. The sellers, make sure they're in your country. You'll save a lot of money on shipping that way. And just be very careful what you buy, because I did buy a Wii on eBay once and I wasn't paying attention, and I bought one that was not backwards compatible, and that was very frustrating. So the backwards compatible ones are great because they have all the controller ports and memory cards. It's literally, you're not missing anything except the aesthetic of the GameCube shape. That's it. It's fully a GameCube. You can pop the GameCube games into the disk drive. You can plug the controllers into the top, and it's great. But you just got to make sure you get one that's backwards compatible, and they usually say that they are. There's one on eBay right now that says it's going anywhere from $98.98 to $170, and this one says Nintendo Wii console HDMI bundle. So it should be the backwards compatible one, and it also comes with the HDMI dongle. So yeah, the Wii is awesome. The Wii is a really good Nintendo console. You asked the right person, because I'm just, or maybe the wrong person because I don't shut up about it, but I'm very into retro consoles right now. I'm stupid excited to Dinkum on the Switch. It's finally happening. Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't wait. I'm just excited for people to finally get in there. So yeah, Dinkum stream soon. I'll probably be playing on my main island, or maybe I'll get it on Switch and start over. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. Rip the online shop for Wii. Yeah, you won't have any online capabilities, but that's okay. Buy your games physical, cherish them. Or you can mod the Wii, and you can do a lot of fun stuff with a modded Wii. The GameCube is also moddable, but it's not as easy. You have to buy extra stuff to mod the GameCube, whereas the Wii, you can soft mod it, meaning you don't have to buy any hardware. You might need a new SD card or something, but yeah. Anyway, now I'm just shopping. You got me nerding out on eBay. Cool. I'm tired. I need water. Thanks, everybody. I will see you soon for Dinkum Stream. I mean, like the original Animal Crossing on PC, but it's too tedious. I don't like doing stuff like that. So I think, because I've played the original Animal Crossing on the Wii. It's awesome. And if you ever want to try City Folk, you'll have a Wii. It's not bad. It's pretty good. You can know 2 Animal Crossings in one. My Switch broke, and I'm hoping to get Switch 2 for Christmas. Oh, I hope you do. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go. Have a great rest of your day. And I hope to see you soon in some Dinkum and also Animal Crossing. I have tons of stuff to do in Animal Crossing still. So good, productive day. I will leave now. There we go. Buttons. Okay. Yes. Goodbye.